back to my little kitchen here in Lecce in the south of Italy. My name is Francesco and today it's another scorching hot day, so I want to do as little cooking as possible and still make something as delicious as possible. What I'm going to make is Melanzana Tonnata, the same thing as that famous veal dish with the tuna and mayonnaise sauce, but my version is going to be made using eggplant, which I'm going to grill, so it's going to be healthy from the get-go. And for the sauce, I'm going to keep it really healthy and use ricotta cheese instead of mayonnaise, which is also going to make the tuna into a lovely creamy sauce with a little bit of olive oil added, some anchovy and capers for the traditional flavor. It's going to be perfect. So that's going to be my lunch. It would make a great side dish too. And all you're going to need is about 15 minutes of time in all, which is great. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, do subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below and come back and follow me for more. Let's cook. For today's recipe we're going to need eggplant, canned tuna, fresh ricotta, lemon, capers, anchovy, cherry tomatoes, parsley, and a good extra virgin olive oil. Let's start by cutting off the end of the eggplant, and then we're going to cut it into slices of about 1 centimeter thickness, not too thick and not too thin. The tomatoes are not essential, to be honest. They're basically going to be a garnish and a little bit of colour and freshness. They just need to be cut in half. The only other thing we need to do is to coarsely chop a small bunch of parsley. Preheat your griddle for about 4 or 5 minutes before you lay down the eggplant so that it's screaming hot. That way you're going to get the best result. In the meantime, we're going to prepare our tuna sauce. For this I used one of those small cans of tuna. There's just 50 grams of tuna inside, which was pretty well drained. And then I added 2 teaspoons of fresh ricotta. This doesn't seem much, but it's going to be plenty to coat that one eggplant. Next, we're going to add an anchovy and about a teaspoon of capers. These are going to give enough seasoning. They're salty enough to flavour everything well. We're going to add the juice of about 1/3 of a lemon, and last but not least, a good drizzle of your best extra virgin olive oil. Then all we need to do is to give everything a thorough blending for 2 or 3 minutes until it's nice and smooth, and we have our sauce ready to go. We're going to add our pepper at the end, so that's fine. All of the seasoning is in there from the ingredients themselves. In the meantime, our eggplant has grilled nicely on one side. We can flip it over and get the other side done too. Make sure that the eggplant is nicely dehydrated and cooked through. Don't be afraid to press down on the eggplant and squeeze out some of the moisture and get it grilled more quickly. All you want is some nice scorch marks like this, and to make sure that it's cooked through. It's going to take about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. And whilst you're grilling your second lot of eggplant, you can take the first eggplant while it's still hot from the grill and sprinkle it lightly with salt. It only needs a little bit of seasoning because the sauce is going to do the rest. Back to the grill, we're almost ready to go. As soon as the eggplant is nice and cool, we can go straight over to plating and serving it up. Lay out your grilled eggplant slices decoratively and then go ahead and spoon on plenty of that wonderful sauce. We're now going to add a few more capers spread all over. Set out the tomatoes for a bit of colour. Add some lemon slices as a garnish and in case you want a little bit more juice. We're going to add our chopped parsley, a little bit of freshly ground black pepper, and then we're going to finish it off with some of our best extra virgin olive oil. Add a few leaves of parsley for a nicer presentation and you're ready to go. I recommend you serve this lightly chilled. Buon appetito!